Hi everyone! Many people are used to living under the stereotype that there is nothing in the army except strict commanders and a regime that must be observed. But that's not really the case. Quite often, funny and unusual moments happen to soldiers, which they remember for a long time afterwards. It's all very well when they're not in any way detrimental, but it can be the other way around. This private was taking a grenade throwing course, but at one point something went wrong and he ended up with the worst throw imaginable. I guess they should train them on tennis balls or tomatoes before handing out grenades. Here's the common situation. A Chinese soldier fails to throw a grenade and everyone flies headlong into a trench. These soldiers were about to launch a rocket, but not only did it fail to take off immediately, it fell before it even traveled 10 meters. In this case, even Allahu Akbar will not help. There was a common situation at this point, but the rocket from the hand grenade launcher flew in an unfortunate way, and the guy was very lucky that it did not explode straight away. It seemed that what could go wrong when firing a machine gun, but then it didn't fire either.
Epic fail.
The rocket was launched into the air, but very quickly returned back to the ground. Two Spanish soldiers went firing a motor when one shell failed to launch. Although that one didn't explode, it did add some gray to their hair. Another rather comical situation in which the soldiers' luck nevertheless prevailed. On the whole, the shot was successful, but it was too strong and the soldier could not hold the grenade launcher in his hands.
Don't move, Proxy.
The military put on a show for the leadership, but the damned vase proved to be too strong and did not yield to the soldier in any way. The man picks up the grenade launcher, aims, prepares, and shot! But now, try to figure out what happened to him in the first place, and is the building still intact? The American soldier had to go through a pipe to the other side of the pond, but at the right moment, he failed to resist, slipped, and fell into the water. During a training exercise, a soldier's machine gun jammed. The commander decided to help, took a look at what happened, and then strongly regretted it. Remember, never stand behind an aircraft about to take off. Just look at the power of that jet engine. Generally speaking, it is a bad habit for a military man to sleep at inappropriate times. Watch this video and you'll understand why. This tank had to be loaded on a platform for transportation, but the mechanic driver did not calculate something and decided to get by himself. Tanks in Russia are another story. Sometimes you are not surprised to find yourself driving peacefully along the road, and then, out of nowhere, a tank jumps out right in front of your car. This T-90 was supposed to drive onto a truck, but it misfired and had to roll over once. Seemingly, the most normal paratrooper exercise, nothing strange. But at one point, the parachute of one of the paratroopers clings to the plane and his jump is briefly cancelled.
Yeah!
Mishaps also happen on warships, like here, when a torpedo got stuck in the torpedo tube at the last moment before launching.
What the fuck?
The soldier had to climb over the wall, but he was having a very bad day, as you can see. Marching is the backbone of any strong army. It's not just marching in formation, it's a science. But we're all human, and no one is immune to such moments. Unlucky braking or simply having failed to cope with the steering wheel, the driver of this tank demolished the whole lamppost. How the soldier is trying to break the door with a hammer. It does not give away, and then a comrade comes up to him with the words, "Let me try." Well, he did it a little faster. The artilleryman was carrying a shell and accidentally tripped. In fact, it could have been costly, not only for him, but also for everyone around him. Fortunately, he was lucky. This guy isn't a soldier. He's just one of those people who likes having his own mortar at home. Come on, what could possibly go wrong? I'm sure he's been watching YouTube training videos. No, this is going nowhere. We need to stop buying motors from AliExpress. There's a military unit standing on the road, but it seems that an enemy tire has decided to go right into their rear. A soldier makes a desperate attempt to stop it, but he fails. He also gently hints to the cameraman not to show it to anyone. That is why only tough guys are allowed to handle hand grenade launchers, otherwise there would be such cases after every shot.
A little sympathetic detonation there.
All the soldiers piled into the vehicle, but this guy decided to take a breeze ride. The armored vehicle with the infantry began to drift to the left and was carried straight into an electricity pole. It wouldn't be surprising if the nearest villagers were left without power. In the army, everyone has as much fun as they can. These soldiers, for example, imagine themselves on a roller coaster. And what's the point of them in real life when you have a really good imagination?